Welcome to the next video in our series of Tacticool builds with Booth Customs. I have Luke here with me, and we're going to be discussing a pistol build that I did for him last year. We still have, how many more days left in May?
What day is today? Is it
the 27th? Yeah,
so
27th.
4 more days?
4 more days, yeah. So 4 more days, and then this, of course, will come off the pistol.
Yep. But we're still in the grace period right now. And it's Memorial Day weekend, too.
It is Memorial Day weekend.
What a better way to spend it than talking about guns and celebrating our freedoms in this country. So just thank you, John Martin, for having me here on your... what do you call it, a broadcast?
Broadcast show.
Tacticool show.
Channel.
Yeah, sure. I want to thank all my sponsors. I don't have any.
One day.
Yeah, one day. Whenever we look back.
What's your wife's name?
Yeah.
My sponsor.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, special thanks to my wife for allowing me to spend our money on this beautiful weapon here. So I came to John Mark, and I heard a lot of good things about the builds he had done with some of my friends, and a little bit about me. I'm always been a hunter, and primarily whitetail deer, and land in Tuscaloosa that I hunt on has kind of gotten a few nuisances here in the past few years, mainly in the form of coyotes and feral hogs. So I had never had an AR pistol before, and I felt that the time had come that it was now a need in my life, and so I reached out to John Mark and decided to go with the 300 Blackout build. And eventually I don't have the silencer now, but that will be the next phase of this build. But overall, I'm very pleased and looking forward to improving my property's whitetail population by getting rid of their unwelcome visitors. So really excited about that.
And that's it's the 300 Blackout's been a real popular caliber for that. Hogs and all kinds of stuff. I think Shane, whenever he went hog hunting down in Louisiana that time, I think he borrowed somebody's 300 Blackout because he doesn't know an AR. Right. So we keep working on him.
Yeah. But whenever Shane's not busy hunting the catfish pond and telling old wives' tales, he likes to talk about the one time he picked up an AR pistol and it happened to be 300 Blackout. And so that was enough proof for him that this was the caliber of choice. Obviously, I love what the ballistics are compared to the 5.56. Lot more adaptability. I hate to say that it's obviously a flatter shooting bullet. I don't really like to say that, but a lot of the things I'll be doing with this will be within probably 200 yards, and this will do everything I need it to do.
Yeah, it'll be perfect for that.
Yeah, so. And it also will be able to double as a home defense gun, which I liked that I could use it for both. But traditionally, I would say that I'm more than likely going to be shooting primarily subsonic out of this gun. So I'm looking forward to that once I get the blessing from the wife. To get the silencer. But right now, of course, life happens, and we're actually welcoming our new child into the world in September.
Congratulations.
So most of the money will be going toward that.
Yeah, welcome to the post-kid club, whatever.
I'm just really appreciative for this free cup of coffee. Let's just say.
Well, it's like that upper that I have, that 300 Blackout upper I have laying around. It's like, I'm going to finish that one of these days. So until then, I just build other people's guns and drool a little bit. I wipe the drool off, though, before I give it to you. So it's, so it doesn't rust.
Yeah, that's what that shine came from. It's very cool.
Especially, it's almost like Cerakote.
Yeah.
I mean, once you let it harden, it's
basically the same thing.
You can either rattle can it or slobber on it. But anyway, so let's kind of go through the gun from nose to tail, as it were. And so first off, up here we have the Troy Industries muzzle device. I don't remember the Claymore, right?
Claymore.
Yeah, Claymore. And it's of course got this kind of got a glass breaker thing going for it, but let's talk about the reason you chose the Troy Industries.
Well,
because I think it's pretty cool.
Well, when my pal Shane was telling me about that 300 Blackout that he built that time, he was telling me that he really liked the glass break style and he really liked the Troy Industries break. again, I'm not a self-proclaimed gun nut outside of your basic hunting calibers. I really don't know that much about ARs. So I had a lot of conversations with him. I had a lot of conversations with Laz and Nick, some of my other friends, and they recommended a lot of the parts that you'll see here in this build, the brake being one of them. And it does everything I need it to do, mainly being it's attached to the end of my barrel and it shoots. It shoots. So.
And you went to Troy University.
I did.
So there's a little tie there.
Yeah, I guess.
We like that.
Yeah.
I like to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then, so hand stop. We got the Magpul hand stop kit. And I've put several of those on mainly pistol builds. I like the way they feel quite a bit.
The texture is good. I actually have a smaller hand, and it's just a perfect fit for me.
Small hands.
Yeah, it's not quite as small as some of our other friends like Laz, but it does.
You probably won't ever see those on this channel, though.
Yeah,
we'll try to get them on, but I'm talking to you, Laz.
If you ever decide to show up, if you even decide to watch this,
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Again, yeah, the hand stop's been great. I know traditionally it seems like a lot of your builds you actually like to have part of it turned around just as a true hand stop. And initially I did have it like that, and I tried shooting it like that, and I just thought, what the heck, I'll flip it around, see how I like it that way. And I just feel like if I was just to quickly grab the weapon, it would be a lot easier just to have it turned that way, and it just fits more in the hand, and I can kind of have that resistance with my grip.
It gives you a good index point no matter what for finding the proper placement, and especially with these shorties, you don't want to get your fingers too far out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the one thing Shane told me as well, is to make sure not to reach my hand in front of the barrel before firing. He had a close call with that too.
And we've got the Atlas handguard, and I believe that's the 10.5-inch handguard.
Yes.
On that.
Yes.
Underneath that, what you can't see, we have the Aero Precision adjustable gas block.
Yes.
In preparation for shooting it suppressed and being able to tune that in. I've really liked those and put those on a lot of my builds, and they're easy to adjust. I mean, they've got that Allen key that you go in there and just turn it, and as long as you, the first time I was like messing with it, and there's like 14 clicks in, 14 clicks out.
Right.
Well, I turned it more than 14 clicks out. Like I was just like holding it. It wasn't installed on the firearm. And shortly after that, a spring and a ball bearing went shooting everywhere.
Whoops.
But yeah. But Aero, in their infinite wisdom and knowledge, supplied another ball bearing and spring in the kit, because they're like, some dummy is going to mess this up.
Yeah.
And for those of you that have built ARs, if you've ever shot a detent pin across the room, the ball bearing is way worse because it just keeps...
That thing's like really tiny.
Oh, yeah, it's small. Yeah.
You really outdid yourself with that one.
I did.
Yeah.
But it's good. And legend has it, it's still rolling to this day.
Absolutely.
And then, so we got the Magpul
iron sights.
Backup, sights, just in case your optic happens to crap out on you or whatever.
Right. And I really like that you put those on there. Initially, I didn't buy a red dot sight for it, and I just happened to have a friend that was looking to get rid of this sight mark red dot. So I was able to purchase it off him, and I really like it just to have both it in tandem with the iron sights, just as a good co-witness. I mean, that thing is dialed in. I mean, I could put that iron sight on and not even have this red dot on, and it shoots exactly where I want it to. So
awesome.
Very nice and easily adjustable.
Speaking of dialing it in, did you have to do much dialing in with your gas block whenever you started shooting?
As much as I was kind of not wanting to address that, I did have to do quite a bit of adjusting. I did have the gun initially lock up on me the first 2 times I fired it, but I made a few clicks adjustment on it, and it cycled perfectly ever since then. But, my good friend at Booth Customs did a really good job getting me set up and started, so I can't knock him too much. But
we have good customer service.
Excellent. And it's actually interesting, worth pointing out too, our good pals over at Booth Customs even reached out to me after I took it to the range to make sure everything fired appropriately, and that spot on 5 out of 5 customer service.
Excellent.
Very good.
I always have this like fear that something's not going to work out, like with something I build, just because it's not like justified. It's like something, like pathologic or something. So I'm just like, I need to check on these people and make sure it's going well.
Well, you care about what you're building, and you care about the customer, and it shows in just what this build is. And I'm very thankful for that. And you were above and beyond the best of help when it came to building this, and very thankful for it. I'm beyond pleased with the weapon. It's been fun to shoot, and I can't wait to put it on some hogs and coyotes.
Love it. And we used a Ballistic Advantage 10.5-inch barrel.
Yes, with a 1 in 7 twist.
1 in 7 twist. And of course, on the install, face the receiver face down so that it matched up better with the barrel, and put some shimming stuff in there to make sure it's nice and toit, like a toiga.
Toit like a toiga.
And I feel like it really improves accuracy. Like people, say, "Oh, you don't need to do that" or whatever. But it's like if you can do it and it stands a chance of improving your accuracy, why would you not do it? So that's kind of my opinion. And then one of my favorite parts of this build is the Elfman Tactical component trigger. That thing is crisp,
man.
Yeah, like
that. That is probably. I mean, I love everything about the gun, but that was something that we talked about doing, and I'm so happy we decided to. I've gotten a lot of compliments, friends that have shot this gun with me. They all love that trigger. I mean, they know exactly how to build those triggers out at Elfman, and very cool to look at, too, just aesthetically pleasing. It's like the skeleton trigger. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. We'll hold it up closer later, I guess, for those that can see it, but... I mean, you want me to just dry fire just so they can hear it?
Yeah, just give it a little dry fire. I'll pull it.
So just so like you guys can see, it's kind of got the little skeleton trigger there, and I mean that thing is just nice, and I mean nothing, man. It is a smooth shooting trigger,
clean break,
very nice. I mean, just.
There's not a lot of over travel or anything. It's just So I guess, I don't know if you can see from this angle, well, like I said, Luke said we'll get some closer shots, but it's got that flat bow on it, and that really reduces the felt pull weight. So like it's at a 4.5 pound pull weight, and that was because like its primary use being like to be out in the woods and stuff like that. You don't want something snagging it easily, and because I mean you can have your gun unsafe, but if your safety gets bumped off, you don't want something that it can easily snag and like pull that trigger and cause a misfire, or what's the word I'm looking for? Negligent discharge.
Negligent discharge. Yeah. And Shane warned me about that too.
Shane probably knows about that.
He's done quite a few dishonorable discharges, we'll say, in more ways than one. And I also just I just feel like it makes the gun even that more accurate. I'm not having a lot of travel with that trigger when I'm shooting it. And it just quickly resets too. And I took it for granted. I've never had a flat trigger before, and never had a trigger that smooth. And I'm glad I decided to go with it.
Well, it's amazing the difference a trigger can make for your accuracy, because like if you go with one of those old like mil spec triggers and you're pulling 8 pounds or so, and it's just like by the time you get that thing pulled back with whatever travel and creep it has, then you're like.
Shaking while I'm trying to keep on target, which some people like that. They like to have a little travel, and it's kind of like a surprise. They think that, but not me. I definitely benefit from having a lighter trigger and a smooth, crisp trigger like that. So.
For sure. And then, of course, we did the ambidextrous Aero Precision charging handle. I really like that version. It's easy to get a grip on, from whichever way you pull it.
It doesn't matter. It works great when I remember to reset it. Of course, it's so hard there. But it works just fine. Again, another great recommendation from Shane. He really helped me out with this build a lot. I'm just thankful for his infinite wisdom.
Yeah, he is the godfather of wisdom.
Very much so.
Yeah. We went with a nickel boron bolt carrier group, and that's again preparation for suppressed fire. It gets kind of nasty in there, and that nickel boron just wipes right off.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Just like used to clean all my other firearms from hunting and stuff, and I wouldn't say like I'm that big of a clean freak when it comes to my firearms, and this thing is so easy to clean, and I'm very thankful for that too. But again, that was a good touch for getting this gun ready to be suppressed. So hopefully that'll be in the next video.
Yeah. And of course we went with a Magpul grip, and then the SB Tacticool brace. Really wraps around your arm well whenever you do use it that way.
Yeah, and it's just everything I need to do, just adjust just like that. Very simple. I mean, if I needed to make it shorter, I could just easily stow it in the truck and it doesn't take up any room.
Yeah,
and it's done great thus far. I mean, I feel like the recoil in this gun, even being the 300 Blackout, is nothing. Really. Very, very easy shooting gun. Very easy to stay on target with it, and that definitely helps having a good stock like that.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, especially like if you're putting that on your arm and stuff, and you're like shooting with somebody like, you know, somebody with normal size arms like you, having it out. But then if you're like shooting with like Anderson or something, or Laz, then you could like just drop it all the way back down for the shorter arms.
Yes.
So
who we love,
who we
appreciate
love. These people a lot.
And we're thankful there are products out there that meet their needs. But for us grown men, we typically like to have our stock out a little further, to provide more stability. So
yeah,
thankful
for sure.
for that too.
So, but all right, well, I appreciate you coming by to do this video and talk about this Tacticool hog gun that you let me build. I appreciate you letting me build it. It's definitely one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah.
So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully got some good information out of it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And
reach out to Shane Dunn specifically.
Shane Dunn specifically. Don't reach out to Shane because, there's no telling what you're gonna get back from him. Call me. But if you did enjoy it, like and subscribe if you're feeling generous. The algorithm overlords don't like the Second Amendment lovers like us. So let's let them know that we still have a voice, and we are no longer the silent majority. Thanks, and tune in again next time.
Thank you, John Mark.
Thank you, Luke. All right, so intro. Oh yeah. I forgot because I was gonna do that first, just kind of loosen things up.
Yeah.
I mean, you already seem pretty loose.
Yeah.
You what?
But I was gonna tell you about a time that I was traveling across the Gobi Desert, and
It's always on traveling expeditions.
Well, I do a lot of traveling. I do a lot of soul searching that way. And I was sitting with my guide, and a bus drove by, as they tend to do sometimes. And he said to me, a man who runs in front of a bus will be run over, but a man who runs behind a bus will be exhausted. And then
Thank you, Matthew.
Then we played our drums. So
yeah, it's not quite as small as some of our other friends like Laz, but it does.
You probably won't ever see those on this channel, though.
Yeah,
we'll try to get them on, but I'm talking to you, Laz.
If you ever decide to show up, if you even decide to watch this.
Which reminds me of another thing he told me. We're passing around the hashish as we are wont to do on our journeys because it aids in spiritual enlightenment. And he said to me, a man that smokes weed while taking a dump in the bathroom gets high on pot.
Well,
Let's
start first. I mean, nothing, man. It is a smooth shooting trigger.
Clean break.
Very nice. I mean, just what? Well, we got the safety on. Austin's gonna have to do a lot of editing on this video.
Safety is the safest. I didn't hit record.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.